Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington football team and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Taken about 7 yards deep, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. Space to maneuver at the 40. Fournette fighting through. And down to the 28-yard line. A big play there on the first play of the game. 47 yards. 28-yard line. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Brady. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A very solid gain of 27. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Leonard Fournette with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Now Matt Prater for the point after. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game.
Matt Prater set to kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
25-yard line.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. He'll find Metcalf. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Gibson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football, caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From From the gun, it's Jackson. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Jason Pierre-Paul able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of a yard.
2nd down.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Jackson from the shotgun. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. And for the moment, this will be a first down. But we have a marker on the field. Let's see if this stands. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
This time, Jackson will throw it. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
He was taken down by Reuben Foster. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 31-yard line.
6-0 our score after 1.
With the score, Buccaneers 6, Washington 0.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now Leonard Fournette. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
48-yard line.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. On play action, now Brady. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. A shotgun give to Fournette. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
On the carry.
Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. From the gun, it's Brady. Trying to lay one up deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Prater for the extra point. And the lead now stands at 13. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
If you know, that's the reason we ball for that. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He was brought down.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
2nd and 9.
Now it's Jackson. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Jason Pierre-Paul. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
And it's 3rd down. 3rd and 15.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they decline it, as that will bring up fourth.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it fourth down.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. Fournette, a first down carry. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Brady. That's complete to his running back, Evans. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. That catch good for only a couple.
At the 31-yard line.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. Looking to throw again on second down. Brady, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
The 22 is the line to gain here on third down. Snap comes at 1, and it's Brady. This is caught. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Now Prater to add the PAT. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
Buccaneers 20, Washington nothing. Matt Prater set to kick off.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now again, right side. It's Gibson. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, Jackson. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
3rd and 8.
On 3rd down, Jackson. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. He can run for it, and he will. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
At the 18-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. He's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
It's just me and you. Joker. Hey, report.
Gets it out quickly here to the left flat. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Rashad Penny, his first touchdown on the year. And Washington able to close the gap just a bit. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for, and take it.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try to add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now this time, Brady will throw. Airing this one out for Evans. And this will be caught at the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. Fielded in the end zone. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. Jackson on first down. He finds an opening past the 40. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
A gain of 20.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to keep it here. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
On 2nd down, it's Gibson. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory.
He's across midfield.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He may try and run for this. It looks like he's going to be stopped short of the first down by about a yard. 3 yards on the keeper, and it's 4th down.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now 4th down.
Here we go on 4th down. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
And a Washington first down.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
36, 36. Wide, keep wide.
So that'll back him up 5.
Let's go.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson. And a nice run to get him past the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 7. It's 2nd and 8 now.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the 38, Jackson dancing to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. From the gun, Jackson steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson escaping the pressure right. This will be caught inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And Washington has made this a 1-score game. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And it's good. The deficit 6, 20-14.
The score, Buccaneers 20, Washington 14.
So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
25-yard line. The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Check tight. Where's 52? Watch 52.
Again, it's Fournette. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
The coverage unit out there thinking pass on 3rd and 3. Working from the gun, it's Brady. He's got Evans. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
And now Coach Bruce Arians has made the call. His guys will go for 2. Operating from the gun, Brady, and he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky there. It worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
And this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
You must get tired of seeing this. Watch the twitch. Watch the twitch. Hey, middle.
From the gun, Jackson. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Tampa. It's Washington with the football, but trailing here as we begin quarter number 4. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Operating from the gun. Jackson eluding the pressure. And he's going to go down again. Shaquille Barrett able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon.
So once again, they dial up the pressure and get home and get a sack. It brings up a 3rd and long, but it's really not an unmakeable one, especially considering they just gave up back-to-back sacks.
Jackson throwing on 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And no, it's incomplete. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot.
On downs.
On the run, it's Fournette. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Fournette running out of the gun. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Brady now to throw. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll give Fournette another crack. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. So he's in for his third score of the game. And the defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
Extra point good by Prater. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Taken in the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Now with 1st and 10 at the 11. From the gun, Jackson, flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. And got his man, complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, it's Gibson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a 1st down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Jackson down. From the gun, he'll throw. Flushed out right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this game just illustrates how important home field really is. On paper, didn't look like much of a matchup, but now it's looking like it'll become one of the big surprises of the weekend. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
31-yard line.
Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little tap pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
I can't believe they even let you play. Watch the eye.
Now Fournette. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Let's go, Heavy. Let me what you got. What you got, Heavy? What you got, Alabama?
This is Fournette. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So for the Buccaneers, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Washington, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, alongside Charles Day.